Hello YouTube and fellow Nintendo fans. I'm Keith One Shot, and this is day 4 of the 10 Days of Nintendo video series special, where we build hype and anticipate the launch on March 3rd, next Friday, of the Nintendo Switch. Yesterday's video, we went over my personal history of the NES, SNES, Game Boy, and Game Boy Color. And as today, I did promise you that I would do a N64, GameCube, Wii, and Wii U video, as 3DS as well. But I'm a little maxed for time right now, and I do still want to get out a video that's quality, and I want to make sure that that next video for tomorrow is going to be even higher quality. So I had to change the subject last minute and come up with a great new subject. So I figured I would talk about games that we expect to see and deserve to get on the Nintendo Switch. Obviously, the first series that's missing is Metroid. There hasn't been a well-perceived Metroid game, a new release in a long time, and I think it's time that Nintendo finally delivers a new 2.5D, 2D, I think it should be 3D rendered, but in a 2D world, Metroid game, classic style. That's what the fans deserve, that's what the fans want. Nintendo should know that, because we've been asking for it for years. I mean, I still think that Metroid Prime VR or Metroid VR would be a great game to launch if Nintendo decides to use Switch VR. Maybe we'll see something like that at E3. I think we deserve to see that. Another thing I'm thinking that we really need is a fresh new racing game. And I do mean new, but I'm going to say we need F-Zero Racing. I would love to see the HD graphics of F-Zero on the Nintendo Switch. We got F-Zero GX, I believe it was called, on the Nintendo GameCube, and that game was amazing and fun at the same time, and I would love to see what they could do with the Switch's graphics. A few other games that I would like to see on the Nintendo Switch, and I know it might be a little early asking for it, but a new Link to the Past style Zelda game, Link Between Worlds style Zelda game. I like the mobile Zelda games. It's a lot different than the console style Zelda games, and I think it would be great to get one of those games in the future. After you give Breath of the Wild at least a year or two for us to enjoy it, come out with one of those games. I know personally that my little brother would love to see Snowboard Kids 3. He would be hyped. I would play that game. Even if it was just an arcade game, I would love to see Snowboard Kids 3. And I also think that we need to see an updated form or a Mario Maker 2. However they want to do it, as a re-release with an upgraded bundle bonus deluxe. I don't care what they want to call it. We need Mario Maker on the Nintendo Switch because I want to play that game. I think that we've all waited long enough, and I think it's time for Todd Snap himself to pick up his camera once more for Pokemon Snap 2. There's been a lot of rumors circulating around the internet recently that there's going to be a Pokemon Stars, which is going to be the third game for the Pokemon Sun and Moon series, and I think it would actually be cooler if we got a Pokemon Stadium 3 that they put on the Nintendo Switch, where I could put my Pokemon Sun and Moon game in some sort of device and then play my game on that, and then it would offer its own game and mini games like the Pokemon Stadium games did, and I think that would be really cool and something that I want to see on the Nintendo Switch. A few other games that I would like to see make a return on the Nintendo Switch are, for one, obviously, Diddy Kong Racing, as I think that's one of the best racing games, especially of the kart battling racing game variety, that I've ever seen. I liked the open world and the first-person mode, which was an adventure where you could collect balloons and unlock boss fights and other tracks and racers. I thought Diddy Kong was an awesome game, and I would love to see it make a return. Another game that I would love to see make a return, and this is a little bit of an oddball, is I think it'd be cool to see a new Glover game. I'm not exactly sure who owns the rights to it, but I remember playing that on the N64, and I think a new Glover game could be cool. Another franchise that's been absent in the video gaming world, but what had a big impact on my life, was the Rampage games, where you play as the big lizard Godzilla-looking monster, the King Kong-looking monster, and the big rat monster. I do believe that there was a Rampage vs. the World, which had even more monsters, but I used to love smashing on the buildings, eating the people. I have so many memories of Rampage, playing growing up with my brothers, and even playing with my dad when I was a kid. I used to love Rampage 64, Rampage vs. USA, Rampage vs. the World. It's a good time, and I would like to see them make a return, because I think it'd be cool to see some of these old franchises resurrected. So, basically, this has been my list of games that I want to see on the Nintendo Switch, and games that I would like to see make a return in general. This has been day 4 of my 10 days of Nintendo. I'm Keith One Shot. Get hyped for the Switch. It comes out in 1 week right now. Have a great day, and see you next Friday, March 3rd, for the Nintendo Switch release.